Welcome to TALKaCtive Deep Dive, the podcast about communication in the digital age. Each episode unpacks one key idea with clear, practical insights to help you connect better. Stay curious, tune in, and let's dive in.
Human communication. Dramatic pause. What's left of it? Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Okay, you know that feeling, that absolute moment of dread when you're just trying to do something simple.
Oh, yeah.
Like maybe fix your internet or get help from customer service, something like that.
And suddenly you hit a wall.
A wall of words, exactly.
Yeah.
And you just feel, I don't know, totally lost, like you failed a test you didn't know you were taking.
Yeah, it's that instant vocabulary pop quiz. The person on the other end, they're speaking English technically.
Right. Perfectly good English.
But you understand like 0% of what they actually mean.
Yes. Our source material today, it kicks off with this perfect example. Anna, she's a college student, trying to fix her laptop because it's impossibly slow.
Okay, relatable.
So she calls tech support.
Mm-hmm.
And the agent, sounds super professional, right, hits her with what should be a simple fix.
But it's not.
Nope, it's a verbal grenade. They started talking about, what was it?
I think the source said latency due to caching issues or DNS conflicts, something like that.
Yeah. Yes. That. And Anna's brain just short circuits. She just wanted to stream a movie, you know.
And now she's getting a lecture on server discrepancies.
Pretty much. Asked if she checked her network settings. It wasn't just unhelpful, it felt like actively alienating. Made her feel dumb.
Right. That's the classic communication breakdown we see all the time. And, well, that's our mission today, isn't it? To dig into why that happens so often.
Yeah.
We're doing a deep dive into two specific things, neologisms and jargon.
Right, these new words and these like specialized insider words.
Exactly. How they develop, but more importantly, how they can become these real barriers, even when someone is genuinely trying to explain something.
So how this language becomes a shortcut for some people, but just a total roadblock for everyone else. And crucially, figuring out how we can maybe adjust our own way of talking.
So we don't end up being that tech support agent who just confuses people.
Right. Avoid ruining Anna's day.
Let's maybe start with the fun side, the new words.
Okay, let's do it. Neologisms. Sounds fancy.
A bit academic, yeah.
But the basic idea is simple, right? It's just a newly coined word or expression, something that hasn't quite settled into everyday language yet.
It's language being creative, basically, and that newness is key. They really reflect what's happening in society.
So language isn't static. It's always changing.
Constantly adapting to new trends, new tech, cultural shifts. They pop up everywhere. Media, the internet, just people talking.
And we kind of need them, don't we? The world changes fast.
Yeah.
We need names for things that, well, didn't exist 5 years ago.
Think about some of the really common ones now, like selfie or hangry.
Oh, hangry is genius. Seriously, whoever coined irritable due to hunger, Nobel Prize worthy.
I completely agree. Or think about words describing new social things, like frenemy.
Right. That feeling has probably been around forever, but we needed that single word, you know. Friendly, but also rivals.
Yeah, nails it. Or, meta example here, podcast.
Huh. Right. The thing we're doing right now to talk about new words.
Exactly. But maybe the most amazing one is when a brand name just becomes a verb.
Oh, totally. Like, does anyone under 40 actually say, I'm going to search for information on the internet?
Not really, no.
No way. We say we're going to Google it. That's huge. A whole cultural shift in one verb. That happens to be someone's company name.
It's fascinating when you look at what drives this. The source points to two main engines, technology and culture. They're just churning out new words.
Tech is the obvious one, I guess. We needed words like internet, email, website. Basic stuff now.
But now it's getting more abstract, isn't it? Cloud computing, big data, blockchain. These are complex ideas.
So we shorten them.
We have to. That's where you get AI for artificial intelligence or IoT for Internet of Things. Makes these huge concepts a bit easier to handle.
Plus marketing, right? Like iPad or tweet. Those just become everyday words.
Definitely. But culture is just as powerful, maybe more so for describing social dynamics.
We needed new words for new ways of seeing things or new social issues.
Exactly. Terms like woke or mansplaining, They came about to name specific observations about society, or words around identity, like non-binary. Language adapts to help people articulate complex experiences.
And then there's youth culture, just a constant stream of slang, creating its own little language for the group.
For cohesion, yeah. It's fast, it's fun.
But it doesn't always last. If you're still dropping YOLO unironically, maybe time to update.
Probably. So, okay. Neologisms are the new words, often born from necessity or fun. But now let's shift gears to jargon.
Ah, yes. Jargon. This feels like where the real trouble starts, communication-wise.
Because it's specialized language, not just new language.
So the definition is terminology used by a specific group, like a profession. And it's often deliberately difficult for outsiders.
Right. It's the insider's code, the language of the club.
But we should acknowledge it has a purpose, right? It's not just to be confusing.
Absolutely. Its primary function usually is efficiency and precision. It's shorthand.
Like for doctors or lawyers.
Exactly. If a lawyer says habeas corpus to another lawyer, boom. Centuries of legal meaning packed into 2 words saves a lot of explaining.
Or a doctor needs to say ECG, not that graphic record of the heart's electrical activity, especially in an emergency.
Precisely. Time matters. Or in finance, ROI, return on investment, much quicker than saying the whole phrase every time.
Okay, so it's efficient for insiders. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But here's the question then. If it's so efficient for them, why should they bother switching to simpler words for others?
That's the crux of it, isn't it?
Yeah, like if I'm a scientist talking about my peer-reviewed research, why would I want to say, this paper was checked out by other experts? It almost sounds like I'm dumbing it down or devaluing it.
You've hit the tension point right there. Because while efficiency is the stated role of jargon,
There's a hidden agenda.
often, yeah, the hidden driver can be identity and community. Using that shared complex language, it builds solidarity. It signals belonging.
Ah, so it's like a secret handshake. I know these words, therefore I'm part of this group. Status.
Exactly. Status is a big part of it. Which brings us right back to Anna and that tech support call.
Right. When the agent said latency due to caching issues or DNS conflicts,
They were being efficient maybe in their own head or with a colleague. But with Anna,
it just shut her down.
Yeah.
It created a hierarchy. Agent knows, Anna doesn't.
and that's the danger of gatekeeping. Using complex language, whether intentionally or not, to keep people out, to maintain status.
And it makes the other person feel excluded or inadequate, like Anna probably felt. Not just confused, but maybe, dumb.
Yeah. And let's break down that specific jargon for a second. DNS conflict. What does that actually mean in simple terms?
Okay, yeah. Explain it like I'm 5.
Basically, your computer is trying to find a website's address, like asking for directions to google.com.
Right.
But it's getting conflicting directions from the systems that hold those addresses, the DNS servers. Or maybe the address it has is old. It's like having 2 maps showing Google on different streets. That's basically it.
See? That wasn't hard. That took, 10 seconds?
Pretty much.
So that agent could have explained it. They chose the jargon instead. Maybe for status, maybe just habit. But the effect was exclusion.
Exactly. The words were the barrier, not Anna's ability to understand the concept if it was explained clearly.
Okay, so we've got the risks laid out. Neologisms can be ambiguous because they're new. Jargon excludes because it's specialized. So let's talk consequences. Why does using clear, familiar words matter so much?
Well, beyond just getting a task done, words are fundamental. They build our shared reality, They're crucial for clarity and precision, obviously in work and stuff,
Right.
but also for building relationships. It's hard to build trust or empathy or connection if the person you're talking to feels like they need a translator.
Yeah, totally. And in today's world, that ambiguity, that lack of clarity, it can be really costly, can't it? It's not just hurt feelings.
No, not at all. Think about workplaces. Misunderstandings from jargon or unclear language. That can lead to project delays, wasted effort, even safety problems in technical fields.
Big risks.
And the biggest risk, common to both neologisms and jargon when used poorly, is exclusion. Plain and simple. When language shuts people out, you deny them access. Access to knowledge, to opportunities, to feeling part of the group.
That seems like a really high price to pay just to sound smart or, in the know.
It really is, which leads to the fix, right? Which sounds almost too simple.
Just use familiar words.
Pretty much. Prioritize common language. Choose words that are likely to be understood by everyone, regardless of their background or expertise. promote inclusivity.
It forces you to translate, doesn't it? To step outside your own bubble.
Exactly. It's a test of your own understanding, actually. If you can explain a complex idea using jargon to a colleague, great. But if you can't explain that same idea clearly to a client or a student or just someone outside your field,
Then maybe you've only mastered the lingo, not the actual concept.
that's a good way to put it. You need both.
It's like in gaming, right? Telling a newbie friend to activate the vertical propulsion function.
Sounds ridiculous.
Completely.
Yeah.
When you could just say, press the X button to jump, much smoother, gets the job done instantly.
And think about how we communicate digitally now. Texting, messaging apps, quick Zoom chats. We rely on shortcuts.
All the time.
But if you start throwing acronyms around like IRL or FOMO in a group chat with, say, older family members or colleagues from different cultures,
You're creating confusion?
you might think you're being cool or efficient, but
Yeah.
you're probably just generating more questions, more chances for misunderstanding. It backfires.
So the goal is connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Collaboration, sharing knowledge effectively,
Yeah.
which means we constantly have to think about who we're talking to, consider their context when we choose our words.
That really is the core lesson here. New words and specialized language definitely have their place. We need them. But effective communication hinges on shared understanding, so we have to be mindful. Ask ourselves, is this technical term absolutely essential right now for precision? Or would a simpler, more common word work just as well, or even better?
Making that conscious choice.
Yeah, the more often we choose clarity, the better our communication will be.
Which brings us to the final thought for you, listening. If your goal really is to share knowledge, to connect with people, to build relationships, are you sometimes sacrificing that connection just to sound, well, specialized? Or in the know?
It's worth thinking about.
Yeah. Maybe take a moment this week, just notice your own conversations. How much of the jargon you use is genuinely about saving time? And how much might be, maybe unconsciously, about signaling status, about reinforcing that you're part of the in-group?
It's a subtle thing, but it makes a difference. Imagine if everyone aimed to explain things clearly, like Anne's teacher probably would, instead of defaulting to the tech support agent mode.
The world might just get a little bit clearer. Don't let your inner tech support agent take over, people. We've given you the tools. Now go forth and translate.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.